Hi, I'm LaurieAnn. I am the co-host with Roy Miller with Lift Your Story podcast and also the host of Bleep Midlife Bulimia podcast. And this is my way of saying thank you, PodMatch. I couldn't believe it. I remember Roy and I, we were looking for people and we were trying to find platforms to find matching guests. And we somehow, I have no idea how I met up with Alex, but I did. And I signed up with PodMatch. And Roy and I have been with them since I believe it was July. Anyway, we're booked up now until December, which is crazy. And for my Bleep Bulimia podcast, which is really difficult to find, like really guests that I need to because it's a very specific topic. I've had the top speakers. I mean, I won't list them all, but I'm sitting there looking at them and going, wow, this is amazing. Why? Thanks to PodMatch. Alex and his team and his beautiful wife have been so responsive. They've also even included me with saying, hey, this person came on. This might be a really good match for you. And she was. And I've had also, believe it or not, strangely enough, people would think, really? You had John Davis on your Bleep Bulimia podcast and Di Manuel? Yes, I did. I have men on there too. And because my podcast is not necessarily just about bulimia, I want topics that will relate to the people who are listening to the podcast. And PodMatch has been wonderful for that. But beyond that, the way that I'm able to schedule and keep track of who's coming on and being able to give reviews to my guests, which really means a lot to me. And they also allow for, of course, my guests to give reviews on my podcast as well. And just the whole platform is wonderful. Even bigger yet, and I'm going to say this, is the PodMatch community. Honest to goodness, love being a part of them. Can't believe how much information you can get because the PodMatch team has put together also like regular Zooms that you can learn more about it. They've got special guests. Yeah, I'm talking a little bit more probably than I should for a review. PodMatch, top notch. And I will say this final thing. I love it that when I'm on Instagram, I always thank them for the connection and they share my stories. So I share with them the thank you, they share again. This is such a family community. And that's the other thing too, in the community. It's not, and I believe that podcasting in general, like the community is fantastic, but it's really fun to be able to be in a smaller community where you're talking to the people back and forth and saying, hey, you know, this is great or this is not so great. And another thing too, Alex has been wonderful in saying, hey, do you have something that I can make this better? So congratulations too. They have like, I don't know, what was it, 12,000 people that signed up, uh, and they keep growing. And the reason they keep growing is because they offer so much more than the other platform that we have looked at. And in fact, I will say that Roy and I have decided that we are doing exclusive PodMatch for our guests now. It's just so much easier to be able to keep it in one place that allows us to do that, allows us to see who's scheduled, allows us to be able to click on it when it's done and let our guests know when it's going to be posted on all the different platforms. Just lovely. I can't say anything more about it. I love PodMatch. I'm a huge fan. Anyway, that's my story and I'm sticking to it.